Welcome to Musicians on Couch.
So, we're going to talk about the album from last year.
When did wow, it was last year. We're in 2025.
Yeah, it's now 2025, everybody. We made the album Across the Magic Sea
in 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, and now I remember. It came out August 13th. We did it on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So
Good
we
times.
released our first single, Voodoo Summer, on the first day of summer, which I believe was July 21st?
June.
No, June 21st.
Yeah, summer
Nice.
solstice.
Wow.
So somehow it panned out to be on two kind of cool days when it started and finished.
Yeah.
Although we started recording in I think February.
Might have been late January.
Wow,
but
yeah.
So
somewhere
it took us a long time to get all those parts.
Took me a long time. I had to,
Craig produced and
a lot of
mixed and
mixing.
mastered the whole album, and he did such a great job on it. And there was just so many parts. I mean, I think on Jaime Shuffle we had
Oh, yeah, it's
100 something tracks with like
12 and a half minutes.
like 20 something mic guitar tracks and all kinds of crazy noises and sounds and stuff. So
I mean, that song is like 6 songs in one song.
and
It's wild. The whole thing about Jaime Shuffle was, I mean, prior to anything on Across the Magic Sea, like my largest undertaking as far as recording, production, mixing was my album Epinephrine, and I think the longest song on that was like, I don't know, maybe 4 something minutes long. So all of this, and a lot of the, if not pretty much all of the drums to some extent on Epinephrine were all sampled, sequenced, MIDI, fake for lack of a better term, if you will. But this was all first time live drums, all that stuff, and so it was a pretty large undertaking, especially the 12 and a half minute songs with the alien noises, let me tell you.
I love the alien
Yeah, what inspired
noises.
the writing of that song?
Oh, well, I mean, aliens, absolutely. It's just a mathematical impossibility that there is not other life forms in this universe with us. So, I mean, that's part of the kind of impetus for that section, for that, those sounds within that song, is that, we're calling to these space people, and, they call back, so that's kind of the idea.
Yeah. The first song on the album, Lost at Sea, kind of carries a theme, with the name of the album, Across the Magic Sea. But the lyric Across the Magic Sea occurs in the song The Beast.
This is true.
Yeah. So is there any kind of idea, continuity-wise, between all these beach and ocean themes?
Yeah, I would say so. It's like kind of like a fairly consistent metaphor talking about, this other world,
I've always thought water's cool. Like, I had a dog, Black Lab, one time, and when it died, it went down to the woods where there was a spring, and it crawled into the spring right before he passed away. And I don't know, something about, like, return to the water. So,
Wow.
Yeah, ocean and sea and all that stuff. It's got large symbolism to play in all forms of art.
part of the circle of life.
Yeah.
And we're
Tell us about
we're
it.
missing our drummer Alex. So
Yeah, we couldn't
Hey,
have
Alex.
here tonight. Miss you.
This is really a 3-person couch.
he'll be he'll be here next time.
This is a couch for musicians. Oh, not drummers.
We'll cut that out. Cut!
Corey, tell us about your album making experience.
Oh yeah, it was it was an experience for sure. I think it was a learning experience for everyone involved, because we kind of in the first part of the band, before Craig was around, we kind of tried to do it over at Mike's house in his basement with some probably primitive technology, and who knows how we even knew how to play some of these songs, you know?
Most of it was steam powered.
And probably, yeah, it feels like that long ago. So, so it's cool to, you know, work with someone who, you know, knows what they're doing, or at least pretends that he does. Is pretty
Dude,
good.
pretending
It's
as
pretty
hard
good.
as I can.
It's pretty good at pretending, but you know, it's really fun to kind of sit and dig in, and you can play with different things, or you know, you can kind of almost teach yourself how to play certain parts that you would do in a song differently by doing different takes, or you know, but it's also frustrating because it can take a million times, or in my case, you know, I just barely bend a note the wrong way, or I'm not singing it to, you know, the exact level it needs to be. So, you know, it's tough, but it's good to have people that you play with who, you know, in a constructive way can tell you to be better about it.
Well, you know, I could have just tuned that vocal,
Yeah.
or put you in time.
But the spirit of the music is to nail it.
Yeah, it
You
would've been
know,
gone.
but also, you know, I probably wouldn't be able to play or even sing some of these parts when we do it live if we hadn't have worked so much recording it to where, you know, it's just drilled into my head from, you know, repetition and really making wanting the album to sound as best as it can be. So
Jerry said one time that, you know, making an album is like constructing a ship in a bottle, and playing live is like taking a ship on the open sea.
yeah, setting sail.
Yeah.
So
I felt
setting
like,
sail across the magic sea.
Ready? Ready? Boom.
Steam's looking
Damn.